first guest tonight has appeared in such films as True Lies and 9 Months, but tonight he is not here to promote a brand new movie. Instead, he's here to make a public plea for a new wife. Please welcome Mr. Tom Arnold.
I'm incredibly desperate, obviously.
Now, well, let's talk about what's going on. First of all, thank you very much for being here.
Yeah, it was great. Had a great, thanks for flying me out. Yeah,
well,
it was
that's
really
the
nice.
least we can do. We have money now at the
I had
show.
a weird thing happen, though, and this happens a lot. I'm getting on the plane to come here. The guy sitting next to me will not get off his cell phone. You know, they make the announcement, get off your cell phone. And then he doesn't do it. And then the stewardess says, please get off your cell phone. And the guy doesn't do it. And he's on some, call, something about a funeral, whatever. Anyway, so I'm like about ready to attack the guy because I'm like, he could hold up the flight, And then I read the paper all the time where these guys get violent with the stewardesses. And I wonder, what are the other people on the plane doing, So I'm waiting for the, I'm waiting to kick some ass, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Can you imagine how many extra cookies you'd get at the end of the flight if you did that?
Yeah. Oh, they'd love you if you started attacking someone.
Yeah, and so then the guy says to me, he says, I got my headphones on, which you shouldn't talk to somebody with their headphones on, but I see his lips moving, he's talking, I'm like, yes, and he says, what line of business are you in? So I hate him because he doesn't know who I am, And so the play goes on, and this kid comes up and asks me to sign something, and then the guy says to me, listen, I'm really sorry, Tom, I didn't recognize you, you've lost so much weight. So I love the guy now, so like,
That's such a slam.
It was a great flight.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. We'll get you on a different flight next time.
Yeah, that was great.
Let's talk about this thing, because you're not kidding. This is a website called marrytom.com.
That's right.
And you are saying, I am looking for a new bride.
Well, I am looking. I have been married twice, Conan, and I have been divorced twice, every 4 years, like the Olympics. I tell you what, I am going to find a wife, not necessarily, I hope, on this internet thing I'm doing, which I set up a few months ago with this company, Phoenix DSL. They set this thing up kind of for fun, and it's turned into a big thing. Where
how many responses have you
gotten? We've had millions of hits. I've had 40,000 really great letters. I've narrowed it down to about 10,000. And like, they don't have to marry me, and I don't have to marry them. It's a way to communicate with people that I normally wouldn't get the chance to, and it's been a lot of fun. And in a couple weeks, I'm going to go around the country and have some dates.
Now, you're obviously you're getting in shape.
That's why I got in shape. See,
because you are thinner.
Yeah, I got in shape, and also I have to tell you something. I work it out and diet, but I tried that drug Zenecal. Have you tried that, Andy?
No, I haven't.
Let me tell you. Not that you need to, but I'll tell you what. I have to tell you. I mean, you folks have heard about it. They're honest about the side effects. The side effect is, I believe, uncontrollable oily discharge. Okay, that sounds scary. It's a fat blocker. It takes the fat out of your body, and it does. It's really cool.
And it shoots it out your back end at 40 miles an hour. Right.
It does.
You pretty much become a jet. Is that right?
You do. It is cool. And, you don't want to...
you didn't fly out here on a plane, did you?
Exactly.
That'll solve that nasty guy next to you problem next time. You'll just be at 40,000 feet shooting along. Thanks, Zenecal.
If you're going to date, you can't take this stuff. So I had to, I stopped taking this stuff. I just recommend people, if you're shut in, it's a great drug. But I will say this, a little advice they don't list on the bottle.
Right.
Don't fart, because then you'll have to go home and shower. And as a matter of fact, you might not even want to pee. Anyway, it's so I'm getting in shape.
So you're not a spokesman for Zenecal?
No. I'm not doing that anymore, but I am getting in shape for this, and been meeting, because I've, like I say, been married twice. I'm going to get married again, because I want to have a family. It doesn't have to be someone on the internet. It's going to be, somebody somewhere.
Right.
And I want to have a family. And the third one, because if you get divorced 3 times, you're a loser. 2, you can kind of understand, but 3, you're a loser.
Yeah, 2, everything's still hunky-dory.
Yeah, well, you can misfire. You can
Wait a minute, you're looking at a 3rd divorce and oily discharge, my friend. You've got to be very careful. That's a bad combo.
But you know what? Honestly, and on my website, I've had a lot of women, but there's also been some guys, some gay guys, which is nice. And so what I'm going to do is...
You are having gay men contact you.
Right, they do. They contact me, and it's nice. I'm not gay, but if it doesn't work out this time, I'm thinking about going to one of those. Now, they have clinics where if you're gay, they turn you into being straight or something. I suppose they have the opposite, too, and I could go to one of those clinics. I don't know, Scientology or something. Anyway. I don't know what it's called. But, that's an option down the line.
Those Scientology people are nuts. You shouldn't have said that, Tom.
Yeah, those clinics are called jail.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not wrong.
No, he's not.
Now, marry.com, this is a site that lists all your positive aspects. Are you honest at all? Do you list
I list
the
my
negative?
negative. I mean, everybody, you people that know me, you know,
You're a very honest guy.
I eat too much. I occasionally smoke cigars. I'm very hyperactive, and I have a low sperm count. And I wanted to tell women about my low sperm count.
I didn't know about the low sperm count.
It's true, and because I want to have kids, and I want them to know that we are not going to be able to have kids by having sex. We have to go to the hospital and do in vitro fertilization. And so what I did about a week ago, and I do this every once in a while to make sure my sperm is, I go and had a hamster test, which is what they do is they take the egg of a hamster, which is closest to a human egg, and if your sperms will impregnate that hamster egg, then you're ready to be impregnate women.
I have never heard of this.
I swear to God, it's
This
true.
is how they test?
Absolutely, it's true. Absolutely, it's true. And it went good. The good news is good. The hamster's pregnant, and you know.
With what? What is the hamster pregnant with?
A little tomster. It's true. It's true. And you know, the doctor's like, he's like, and I said, he goes, now you're ready to do this with the woman. I said, no, I want to finish this out. I want to see what happens.
I have a responsibility to the hamster.
The little tomster. And then, you know, because they're so cute. They're cute. And I'll tell you, they don't want to play Nintendo. They're real easy. Get them a wheel and some wood chips and stuff. So anyway, I'm going to keep that. Which is
What
good.
are you talking about? So that's the bit. So the hamster, you bonded with the hamster.
Right. Well, the hamster, I don't want to brag, but the hamster thought I had a big penis. Okay, anyway, so take that, Roseanne. Anyway.
Well, you sure humiliated her with your confession of impregnating hamsters. Guess what I've been up to, Roseanne? I got lucky with a rodent. You know. You're looking for women on the site that will wear a bathing suit.
No,
too.
my thing is they have to be single. They have to eventually like me, and they have to
Eventually like me.
Right. Well,
is there a time?
Well, yeah. I mean, I waited for 5 years on my last marriage. It didn't happen. So, yeah. But what happens? It's true. You got to get her to like you before you get married. Oh no, it's serious. I think she loved me. She just didn't like me too much.
Right.
You know that happens.
Right.
So, what they have to like me, and then they also have to be comfortable wearing a bathing suit on vacation. Not that they have to be perfect, because I don't look perfect, you know, but I will wear a bathing suit on vacation, and it's about self-confidence. Because I say it's better to be with a woman who has a big butt that thinks it's a small butt than a woman that has a small butt that thinks it's a big butt. Am I right? Because that confidence is sexy, you know.
Yeah, that's the worst bumper sticker I've ever.
Right. Plus, you don't want to.
Try putting that on your Yugo.
Well,
It's not going to fit.
You know, you don't want to. I couldn't be with a perfect woman because you know, the pressure and everything. And
It is pressure.
Yeah, it is. And like with my butt, you know, my weight, I've lost weight, so it's wrinkly. You know,
what do you mean when you lose weight?
your butt deflates a little. It's that Michael Douglas butt, you know, or whatever. I just assume that he's he's an older man.
Have you seen his butt? I mean, what do you?
I think I did.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he
Like
showed it.
6 movies.
Yeah. But you know, and then so if she has a bigger butt, then when she's looking at you naked and you're feeling bad about your wrinkly butt, you can say, well, yeah, but what about your big butt? So it saves a lot of arguments.
And you've had trouble in marriages, huh?
Yeah.
These are the worst conversations I've ever heard. Now Heidi Klum on the show tonight.
Oh.
Beautiful. Some say that she is female perfection.
I think so.
Would you be intimidated? Let's say that tonight she's sitting next to you and she falls in love. Would you be able to date her, do you think?
I think I would, just to put it on my resume, but I don't think I'd be able to sustain a relationship. Unfortunately, she is too perfect. She is beautiful, and she's also funny and smart. You know, if she was like beautiful and stupid, then I'd have a chance, because then I could always say, she'd say, what about your wrinkly butt? And I go, what about you being stupid? You know, but then she's just too.
That's a good relationship. Yeah.
Can you imagine?
What are you going to distract her with jingly keys? You know. You start to. I'm losing this argument.
But you know, a woman like that, I mean, you'd never feel comfortable in public because everybody would be looking at her because she's so beautiful, and you know, you'd have to have so much self-esteem, and that's hard to have, right? So I just want to be someone that wants to be with me, you know, like I am, and I want to be with them like they are, because it's really in the eyes. You fall in love with somebody, you look in those eyes, and 40 years later, because I want a 40-year marriage, you still look in those eyes and you fall in love again, you know, every day. That's the eyes, so you don't worry about the rest of the body so much.
Do you give that crazy stare when you're talking about the eyes? I don't know if you can see that, but it's in the eyes. It's in the eyes. You got to look in there, and those eyes have to be there in 20 years. I'm telling you, they got to be there in 20 years. What do you got?
Conan, Conan,
And I'm thinking, like,
I was
don't
falling
want...
in love with you, for God's sake.
Must distract you with keys, yeah. Well, good luck with this.
Yeah.
I guess anybody can do this.
They can still do this, www.marrytom.com.
Marrytom.com.
And it's going to be, this weekend, I'm going to make the choices of going to Boston. Is that where you're from?
Yeah, did you just give me the finger?
No, it's counting. I'm going to go to Chicago and Atlanta and Dallas.
You just flipped me off.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm like, whatever, all right.
Thank you.
So I rejected your love. Relax. But you got 10,000 applicants. You got
10,000 good ones, yeah.
Well, how are you going to meet these people? How are you going to start? You're just going to start hacking off like 20,000, you know,
Well, I'm going to start off, and I'm going to go to these cities and meet and have these dates that this company's pay for everything, and they're going to be nice dinner dates. Nothing serious. You know, these women don't want to marry me. You know, they want to meet me and then fall in love with me and then marry me, you know, the right way. So, and that's what I want to do, too. And then after these few dates, I'm going to pick one and really focus on, you know, because it's like cheating right now, because you're like, oh, we're having a great date tonight. Listen, I'm off to Albuquerque. I'm meeting this gal down there, you know. So,
I think they probably know you're seeing other women if you have a Marry Me website.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tom,
thanks, buddy.
Best of luck with everything.
Thank
Come
you
on
very
back
much.
very soon. Very
Thank
funny.
you.
Stay right there. Tom Arnold, everybody. We'll take a little break. Heidi Klum is coming up. We'll be right back.